next one is, what I want to go over briefly, is the having a plan, because that's very important. Okay, we're not here playing video games. We're not here to sit here and throw bean bags into a hole. I don't want you folks just here, but I want you to know why you're here. Why are you trading? Why do you want to trade? Why are you even thinking about trading? Because it doesn't make sense to you. It will never make sense to me. Okay? So think about why you want to trade. Why do you want to trade? No, I just want money. You're going to need more than that. You're going to need some love. You're going to need a few more things. If anybody successful told you that the only thing they wanted was money, they're lying to you. Money just happens because you chose to do the right thing. You just attracted the money. That's all it is. What do you want to trade? You have to know what you want to trade. You don't go to the lake just throwing bait in. Okay, a true fisherman knows what he's going to fish for before he even gets to the lake, and gets the bait for it too. Okay, so you want to know what you want to trade. What am I doing? What percent of my account do I risk every single trade? For you newbies, 1%. 1. Okay, newbies, 1% till you know what you're doing. And are you going to be dedicated to your plan? Okay, you got to be dedicated to your plan. That's very important. Okay, do not expect your kids to shower you with hugs and kisses if you holler at them once a week. Okay, you got to be dedicated if you want to return. What is Forex? For those that want to know what Forex is, or I heard of this stuff before. Some of you know what Forex is already, I understand. Some of you don't know what Forex is. All right, so I'm going to do a little brief thing. All right, Forex stands for foreign exchange. Okay, that's what Forex stands for, foreign exchange. Okay, and a pip is a percentage in point. That's what a pip is, a percentage in point. And all currencies are traded in pairs. You'll never see a currency by itself. Okay, US yen, pound yen, euro pound, things like that. So we have major pairs and cross pairs. A lot of beginners just trade major pairs until they get a little bit more acclimated to trade. Okay? I won't leave you out in the cold, so we'll slowly get there together. The hours, as you can see, you have a London, a New York, Sydney, Tokyo kind of the session. It's the same, the Asia session. So you have the London, the US, and the Asia session. And you guys can see the times. A 23-hour market, basically. All right, so you can trade any one of these sessions. I love to trade overnight. Some of y'all know that. I'm a vampire, so I'm up all night. So I love to trade these late sessions, 3 a.m. to London. The Asia session, I love those sessions because I'm up late at night. But you have your fancy. Some of you like to get up in the morning early at like 5 or 6 in the U.S. and trade too. So I'll do classes at both times. Okay, so I'll do classes at night and I'll also do classes in the morning. Okay, so the minimum account balance on a standard account. I don't think anybody's ready for premium yet. Maybe some of you are. Okay, but right now we focused on beginner. We stuck on beginner right now. Okay. Also, high leverage. Again, I love leverage. That means I get to be bigger than who I am. Now, legal leverage in the U.S. is 50 to 1. We will be using ON. It does allow us to have 50 to 1. Now, some of you may have heard of other brokers that allow you to use higher leverage than that, but we are beginning here. And so if you want to take these trades in another account, that's your business. Okay? But in Pip Getterz right here, where you're going to use OANDA, we're going to stay safe out here. Okay? We don't need anybody getting in trouble and then coming to me saying, but Quentin, you said no. Retirement tool. For some people that don't know, you can trade Forex out of a Roth IRA. You can trade out of an IRA, for those that don't know that, and have it for retirement. Don't even touch it. You feel me? You don't even have to touch it at all until it's time. It also trends the longest. Okay, you can be in a trade for a whole year. Some of you, if you look at that dollar right now, you could have been in that dollar for 6-8 months. It's still due to it. The dollar is very weak right now. The uncertainty of what's going on in America. We'll talk about things like that too. The reasons why. Because yeah, the chart moves, but when you know reasons why things are moving, it helps out a lot. Because that's important. You don't want to be buying something that's going down. Okay? Just like you don't want to be shorting something that's going up. So we're going to talk about uptrends and downtrends. How do we notice them? And how do we notice sideways markets? Okay, uptrends and downtrends, so you're not on the wrong end of it. When you're on the right end of a trend, it's the easiest money in the world. Trading is the most boringest thing I've ever done, and I said boringest. Yes, it's the most boringest thing I've ever done in my life. Watching paint dry is more fun. Okay, I put my stop loss, and I plan to lose this amount, and that's what I'm gonna lose. And I put my target, and if I hit my target, this is what I'm gonna make. This is before that. Just like if you go to work, before you start working, they tell you how much you're gonna make, right? You don't find out after you've been working for 8 weeks. Oh, we figured we'll pay you this. No, you know that before you start. Correct? It's the same thing in trading, ain't no different. All right, I do want to answer a couple questions real quick. Orlando is great, my favorite, LOL. Stay busy. Southside, we outside. I see y'all. Ohio, families in here, everybody's in here. Atlanta's in here. The whole country's in here. What's happening? How y'all? Hey, Tamara.
Oh.
My sister's in here. What's happening? Spreads plus commission, but I'm going through all of that too. I'm not leaving nobody nowhere. I'm just telling you guys what we're going to talk about. This ain't the class. So when I'm doing an Orlando class actually January 2nd for free. But you have to be a student. I do have a Patreon page, patreon.com/Pip Getterz. Okay? And it's also in the link in bio in my IG, Twitter, and Facebook. I'm working on it on my Facebook is acting funny with me right now, but I'm working on it. I'm trying to manage these people. I'm old. Shout out to Josiah for trying to help his old daddy trying to get Millennial Falcon, whatever it is. Select a level, and shout out to Deontay too and Tim. Shout out to all my little younger brothers that helped me with the cobwebs floating around in my cerebral belly. Like I tell most of my students, put your last name on your back. Don't wait for somebody else in your family to do it in between hot dogs and baked beans. Put your family on your back and do something with it. Do not sit and look at somebody else in your family, then complain about what somebody didn't do. Because then somebody gonna look at you and complain about what you didn't do. If I wasn't doing this, my son would be looking at me crazy. Like, well, what you doing, Dad? I'm leading by example. So I got into Forex so I could be a dad, not because I wanted money, so I could be a son. So I can be an uncle, full time, okay? Not chained to a job, going to see my family once a year on a mega bus or on a Spirit airline. Are you crazy? That will not be the rest of my life. You better believe the power of why. You know what it is. Y'all better go get some why. They sell it at Ace Hardware. Fine. That's why I asked you folks, why are you here?
That's when it consists of a put and a call, which means the trend is going sideways, all right? And as you can see, a put is a strike price that's below current price, also called demand zone. A call is a strike price that's above current price, it's also called supply zone. All right, all these terms mean the exact same. If I'm saying a put, that's what I mean a demand zone. If I say a call, I mean a supply zone. That's simple, all right? And like we always teach is supply and demand. If you find your supply and demand zones, that's where you put your puts and calls. If your supply and demand zones are wrong, your whole trade is gonna be thrown off, all right? So that's why I emphasize great supply and great demand zones. And as you can see, you already saw sad formation and U-shaped smiley face. And for me, I made it that way. I made it that term because it's very simple to see, very easy for your eyes to see. Man, like what Q said, I like to have fun when I trade. All right, when you look at a trade, you just gotta think of like a storyboard basically. So then, as you can see, I definitely got some couple rules, like the strike prices for your trade should be 60 to 100 points away from current price. You got your credit spreads with your risk to reward ratio, and for the debit. And what makes a zone valid? All right, demand has to break the previous high, supply has to break the previous low. That's simple. And then you got your boundaries right here, and then right here at the bottom you got your time frames. What 3 time frames we look at? The weekly, 30-minute, and then we look at the 15-minute. So as you can see, it's three pages, and we keep it very simple.